My name is Jen O'Sullivan, and I am so blessed and honored to be here. I thank you so much for inviting me to be here. I want to give a big shout out to Danielle. She is the one who set this up, so give her a big hug. I'm coming all the way from sunny California, and I know you guys are, most of you are in Louisiana. I know a lot of you guys are watching online, so I am thrilled to be here. I have such a joy and love and passion for teaching. Those of you guys who know me and follow me in the Human Body and Essential Oils, it's a Facebook group. For those of you that are not on Facebook, guess what? I'm starting a YouTube channel just for you. So you'll be able to rewatch this on YouTube and see all the other videos that I did for the Young Living Rally this month. And there's a lot, and so you can kind of get your rally action on. So today, though, we're going to talk about something that is so much fun and is like sweeping the nation. And I love that it's sweeping the nation because this girl deserves it more than anybody that I know. Gameplan with Sarah Harnisch. Now, Gameplan is, okay, so Sarah is just sweetest girl on the planet, and she literally was on food stamps forever. She lived in the project, and she was excited to be having cockroaches in her house because it was at least her house, you know what I mean, her own place. It's a pretty intense thing. Now, I'm from New York myself, and I know exactly the craziness that can come for being broke. I remember growing up, similar experience, not super same. You know, she has a pretty intense story, so definitely hear her story. But, you know, being so broke that I made Letterman's team and we couldn't afford a Letterman's jacket, so it's kind of like sad. I remember, like, you know, we didn't have any food, so we had to get like leftover food from my grandma, and my mom would make tuna casserole because it was cheap. And we didn't have enough money to buy tuna, so my grandma gave us her leftover tuna salad sandwich makings, which I kid you not was the grossest thing I've ever eaten in my life because the mayonnaise like turned and it was in the baked tuna casserole and I wanted to vomit. I mean, she made us eat rotten things because it was all she had to give us, and she would, you know, try to like mask the taste of the rottenness. And I just remember like Christmas morning having rotten cream cheese on my bagel and never eating cream cheese for another like 3 years after that because I remembered that taste. So, you know, I mean, you grow up with these experiences and you don't know any better. You just know that this is life. And you kind of move forward with these ideas of, okay, this is who I am. Gameplan is like a light in a dark area. And I think many of us come from dark areas. You know, there's very few people that are privileged, right? The privileged are at the top for a reason. They're just privileged, and they don't understand wanting. They don't understand needing. And it's curious when you go from that to a company like Young Living that has more to offer us and more of a blessing than you could ever even imagine. Not only from a wellness perspective, meaning you start using Young Living products, you scrape every penny together to get certain products that you know will help you. You start feeling better. You start having this wellness, and that wellness starts becoming kind of an interesting purpose. And that purpose is I want to share this to people because I feel so good. And you start kind of opening your pie hole, right? You start opening your mouth and you start sharing. And curiously enough, you start feeling more of a sense of an abundance. And that's pretty much the Young Living motto. It's wellness, purpose, and abundance. And understanding that is interesting because abundance comes on in so many different forms. From you feeling like I can live my life now because I feel good. That, you know, having time freedom, not only from a financial time freedom. I mean, we're not even talking about that. I'm talking about because you feel good, because you're sleeping better, because you wake up with more energy. I mean, these things are vital to life. And so once you have those three things in place, it's kind of like, where do I go from there? I'm so passionate about this and I want to learn. So Gameplan is literally your one-stop resource for everything to get you to silver. Now, why silver? Why do we always talk about silver? Like, why not, okay, how do you get from here to Royal Crown Diamond, right? Okay, be realistic. Average person can actually make it to silver. That's no joke. I mean, it's actually not very hard to make it to silver, you guys. It's a lot of work. It is absolutely a lot of work, but it's doable within, say, 2 years. Okay, you could get there. Sarah talks about getting there in 6 months, no problem. I mean, you guys, if you get this book and you read it and you go through her boot camp, it's no joke, not hard at all. Like, straight up, get the book, get the workbook, get the mini. The mini is a great tool to have to pass out. Go on her website, oilability.com. I just took my team through it, and it was so cool. I've got one girl that she was like, ask me questions, ask me questions, ask me questions. Okay, so we go through Gameplan together. I'm like, how are you doing? Because I hadn't heard from her. And she's like, I'm good now. Like, I know everything. I'm never bugging you again. I was like, what? Like, talk about easy duplication. Hand them the Gameplan book. No joke. And so the cool thing is, silver is a paycheck of around, and I'm more realistic because I look at like what is average compared to, you know, like what can you really expect? You can expect about $800 up to like $3,000. So to you know, I don't want to give you guys unrealistic expectations, but yeah, a silver who is a top silver, meaning you are at silver but you're close to gold, is going to make $3,000 or so if you're selling a lot of kits. An average silver that's really not working that hard, meaning you're just whatever, is going to float in at around $1,800 a month. Okay, so once you hit silver, if you just kind of floated, hello, $1,800 a month. Like, that's pretty good. So I like to use the average of around $2,000 a month, just so that you understand that if you worked, you're going to make around $2,000 a month. If you slacked, it might be, you know, the early paycheck of silver is around $900, something like that. So, but still, it's like, come on, you guys. Can you just get to silver? Because silver, that kind of paycheck for most of the United States means like rent and your car payment and groceries. That means, I don't have to teach in like an elementary school because that's a teacher's salary, right? This is, you're now looking at real money. You're looking at, I don't have to work 40 hours a week anymore at a job where I'm dying on the vine. I can do this. And what does this mean? Okay, what does this look like? The thing about Gameplan, which I really like, is she lays it out for you. She gives you all sorts of tools to move forward in how to do this, how to work out the system. It's a pretty like big book. It's like a good sized book because it contains pretty much everything that you need to know. So I encourage you guys to get on Gameplan. I encourage you guys to kind of enjoy it and take others through it. The goal is that you go through it with your leader and then you take 2 more people through, if not more. You're constantly looking for people to take through. And that's what her minis are so good for, because you literally hand it to someone and you say, hey, I'm doing this. Would you want to do this with me? So be real clear with people that like you want them to do this with you. Don't just randomly hand that out to strangers because you want to make sure that they understand it's you that you want them to do it with. So I encourage you to get on this as fast as possible because it's so amazing. Sarah's just going to bless your socks off. She, no joke, is such an amazing woman, and her story will bring tears to your eyes, and I know many of you will relate to what she's gone through. On that note, I just want to let you guys know that many of you guys have followed me on the Human Body and Essential Oils, which is a great group, but some people aren't on Facebook and some people don't have their friends on Facebook. So we're making a YouTube channel so you can ask your leaders in this group today, how do you access my YouTube channel, and they'll get you on there, and you can watch all the other rally videos, plus lots of make and take videos. And I have a brand new book out called Essential Oil Make and Takes, which has over 60 really doable make and takes. And how do you do a make and take properly? Part of the thing that Sarah talks about is like make and takes are the worst thing you can do, and I 100% agree with her, because make and takes have a very little return on investment. You put a ton of work and a ton of money into doing these make and takes, which are super fun. Your guests love them. Like straight up, everybody comes, everybody leaves with a bunch of stuff. Nobody buys a kit, okay? Super counterproductive to what you're trying to do here. So make and takes are pretty much not a good thing. However, if done properly, they're really good. And so I explain in this book, and Sarah totally backs this book, on how to do a make and take properly. and pair it. Like you can pair a make and take item, how I've explained to do it, with Sarah's script, and she has a total class script that you can use. So it's really, really a good brand new book that is out on Amazon. And then another book called Essentially Driven, which is for people that when you find somebody who wants to do the business, for sure get them going through Gameplan, but sometimes you need kind of like a visual candy. And I'm like a big visual candy girl. I want things to look pretty and explain things really simply. And so it's called Essentially Driven, and it's a short booklet that actually helps you share with somebody the potential of the business. How do you stack, like how do you start like sharing how to place people in your group? And so you're actually taking people and placing them under different people and how to strategically do that. And so I'm sharing with you guys like what are the basic things, the basic elements that you need to be doing as a business person. It's kind of like a checklist. Okay, I got those things down. And so this is going to help your people actually fill in and decipher their purpose, their why. So many people in Young Living talk about the Simon Sinek why. And so I help you work through that. And it's actually a really easy book for you guys to kind of pair with Gameplan after you go through Gameplan. So I highly recommend get Gameplan, pick up Make and Takes, the Essential Oil Make and Takes, and Essentially Driven, those books. I have them in bulk order for you leaders who want to buy more because they're way cheaper. Amazon's crazy pricing for color books because these are full color books. And so we have them at $2 to $3 a book depending on how many you buy. Through me through bulk, so it's a little bit different. But check out 31oils.com. We're going to have lots of things on there for you guys, tools, educational tools to help you guys promote your business better, to have like where do you start, what is ER all about, and they're just pretty. Everything is marketing materials, basically educational tools that all look the same. So I think that that's one thing that we are missing in Young Living is kind of a cohesive way to share what we're doing. So that's what 31 Oils is, and I hope you guys have enjoyed this, and you can check out all my other offerings on Facebook or on YouTube. So I love you guys, and have a fantastic rest of your day. We'll talk soon. Bye guys.